Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? You may see this live now, or you may see it later. But I've been just sitting up here watching and seeing the things from YouTube to TikTok. It's so much to talk about, but it's also kind of draining. But so I'm sitting up here for those that know about CJ So Cool. And obviously every time people mention CJ So Cool, they can't leave royalty name out their mouth. Although let's separate the two because one is really doing a thing and the other one's just staying online trying to make it um when he's doomed really, you know. So I'm sitting up here watching these videos in which C Diddy has got he got back with Lexi, and then what, that didn't last number about a day or two, if so a week. I don't know. I don't watch his content. I watch it through people that I truly like, um, so they can describe to me what's going on. But first of all, ain't nobody doing nothing wrong to CJ So Cool. He playing him, you were a player. You're gonna get played. Period, point blank. You're gonna get played because you play on other people's top. That's what you do. That is your life. Yeah, he said something about therapy. Okay, you should have really been got therapy before, even before you were with royalty. And I'm so sick of people putting royalty or her children on their pictures on when it on they what is it, they profiles and stuff like that, just to get clout off of them, just like the same thing as CJ doing, even when it's not even nothing about royalty or her kids. It's crazy. You have to involve them to just to make him look good and get some attention on him. You all are using these people just like you're using CJ is using them. And it's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. Like, if you're talking about royalty, you got a segment up and now about in your video about royalty. Okay, let it be about royalty. If everybody could separate the two and show CJ, look, you're not with them anymore. So we're gonna separate them like you're not with them. You know what I'm saying? If everybody can get on that bandwagon and just be like, look, all the T pages and the other content creators that tries to put royalty in the picture with CJ, you're doing the same thing that he's doing and continuing on bashing his family when they not even paying no attention to you. Man, these people are trying to get their money. They getting their money. They making money while you're continuing on focusing on them, and they not studying you. You you're talking about them when I ain't even talking about you. You're so irrelevant in these people's head, but they're so relevant in yours. I'll A lot of people will be like, well, he probably won't find nobody like royalty. You know what I'm saying? But also you gotta think, I feel like royalty shouldn't have never been there. But she had to go through what she had to go through to not, you know, go through that again. To never go through that again. And thank God they made it out and survived it. They're stronger than ever. You know? But don't nobody need to be sitting up here feeling sorry for CJ and what is that girl name? Lexi having men in her phone. What did you expect? Let me tell you something, CJ. You play too many games. I would have niggas. I mean, let me take that back. I don't want to say that. I would have guys number all up and down in my phone while I'm with you because you play too many games. I would do the same thing she did. I don't feel sorry for Lexi either because I don't really care about her, but I'm just stating the facts that, you know, the whole time you've been playing games with Lexi. You play games with Nike. You play games even now with Tata. It's everything is a game to you. And you want everybody to flow with it until you don't need them no more. And that's not fair. Guess what? One thing about a female, she learning what you doing. And she will play that game just as better than you. And you sit up there, it's not hurting his feelings. So don't even listen to him. It's not even hurting his feelings. This man love to find something to bring back to the internet, play victim, like everybody else is wrong, and he's the only one, the victim. Nobody has ever been the victim. CJ has never been the victim in any of these books. Everything you see that CJ has done or he got into with, he's plotted. This is what I see. He plays those games that nobody ain't got time for. Life goes on, and Royalty and her family they've been moved on while he's still stuck. He's still stuck. It's so aggravating to see him always come on there and just now he bashing old girl. Now he with Tata allegedly. It's just like, and I'm seeing Kamara sit up there. She's cooking some food, and you bring yet another female, in the house around your child. But with that child, she probably don't even care. She didn't see so much probably where she stay at in Gary and when she come to her dad's house. Just freaking toxic all over the place. It's just toxic. I do feel like Kamara, when she grow up and she's able to make her own decisions, she probably wouldn't even be against Royalty and her children like that. But it'll be too late. Because, and it's sad that she has parents like that truly want her to be against instead of telling her, no. Those are ones like sister to you. Y'all don't get into it. That's not what we're finna do. It's all about adults. No, yes, two parents that's children. Two parents that's children. Like, so CJ, he just he don't know. This man don't want to be with nobody. Period, point blank. He don't want to be with nobody at all. So I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for Lexi. I don't feel sorry for Tata. He probably, done gave her some money to be there. He probably gave her some money to be there. Okay. I can't sell my soul to do stupid stuff like what CJ would want you to do. I couldn't sell my soul for that. Like, for nothing, but for him, he's not worth it. He's not worth it. That is a narcissistic person at its finest. CJ is. He's a narcissistic person. Ain't no way I would sit up there and deal with CJ and his stuff. I mean, it's crazy because all these females, and y'all think about it, he literally, look at what he's doing now. Imagine what Royalty and her kids had to deal with behind closed doors. It's crazy. If it's aggravating for you to see him every time, just imagine seeing that in person. And his mind going back and forth round and round, he's just crashing out. You know, like that. Ooh, child. I don't see how she dealt with it. I don't see how she dealt with it, but she's stronger. She's stronger and she wiser from the things she had to go through. You know, yeah, we can't see behind the scenes, but look, when you're looking at a person tells you exactly who they are. And they sit up there and they open their mouth. He's talking about he's not that way. I remember him saying he wasn't that way off screen. He do that on screen. That's a lie. That's a lie. A lot of these people be lying right to our face. And they be the most cruelest people behind the scenes. They be lying right to our face. I'm just sitting up. This 36-year-old is crashing out. He's on a downward spiral, and he just keeps trying. And when he wanna make some real money, he brings up Royalty and her kids. Everybody talk about they need their bill paid. What about CJ? He must need his bills paid. He literally sat up there and said that he would just make content on Royalty them, and that's how he'll make his money. And that is sad. He's telling you straight to your face, and still the people turn against that family, Royalty and her family. That is crazy. That is crazy. For this man to be able to say that, and they still, that further lets you know this man has no content without that family. He has no content at all. He has to keep bashing his family. And I just can't stand, like, you have these C pages, they'll switch everything up and try to make it in his favor, like he's the good dude. He's not the good dude. He's a narcissist, and he has a dark soul. He has a dark soul. And just because he's 36, his age says he's grown, but he's a child, a man child. So if he's living like a man child and not a grown man because of his age. What do you think? He loves to be around little children. I think that is freaking weird. He's always around them, and he's always bringing these girls back that really truly act like little girls. But I think Tata, she got her own little business. She look like she done gained a little weight too. She's still cute though. But Tata, I don't think Tata is stupid by a long shot though. She knows what he's doing, but I pray that she don't get caught up in his bull crap, because just don't talk about Royalty, Tata. Cause that is old for him to keep bringing people in to talk about Royalty and her family. That is so old. You let him do all that crap on his own. Really want him to stop. Really don't want him to do it no more. But you know he's so delusional. You know, every chance he get, every time he see them partying, you know, making money, he don't like it. He don't like it. And when I don't have no content, he ain't got nothing to say. He go back to the old stuff to say stuff. So, and now, you know, they ain't been on there so much. Royalty and her family. Yeah, I seen Jaleel's video. I be seeing Leon on my TikTok, and he doing his skateboard. I see Jalea and Carnation together. He ain't got no content for real. He's trying to, you know, he want to catch the real content. You know he's one of Royalty's OnlyFans members. You know he is, because he can't, you know, he can't stop talking about it. He can't stop talking about it. Which is crazy. If you don't know about CJ So Cool, you can go watch his videos. But I don't watch them. I literally go on to another content creators page that I really truly like and watch it. We have similar opinions when it comes to that. But I can't watch his videos because it's too long and too draining. And when I say he don't miss a beat when he's talking in some kind of way, Royalty and her family, although they're not there anymore, they're not in his face, they're not bothering him. Guess what? He still talks about him. He still bashes him. I would seriously hate to deal. Who needs an enemy with a baby daddy like that? Who needs enemies with a baby daddy like that? Then he's talking about flying old girl down, the other baby mama. I can't even remember her name because she be so, I be feeling like she be so irrelevant. But Nike. He's talking about flying Nike down, but I'm just like, ain't she tired of being the last person to, that he run to? Like, he may talk to her on the phone all the time, but it's just like, if you want your baby mama, get your baby mama. You're open to that. And it'd be crazy to be how dudes, you'll be in a relationship and you mess with this person, but you don't want to mess with this person now. Like, the girl then gave you up and Royalty is no longer there. You was able to cheat with Nike when Royalty was with you. But what about now? Why don't you do it now? That's stupid as heck. It's stupid as heck to me. Like, you got the opening to do it now, but I don't feel sorry for none of them. Every one of them are going to get what they deserve. They're from what everybody did to Royalty and her family. They're going to get what they deserve. And I get so sick of people in the comments talking about, well, they lied on him. Y'all just listen to what he said. Like, that don't make him not guilty, when they say lack of, they need basically more evidence. That don't mean the SA did not happen to that child. Like, people are crazy. They're delusional. They want to believe what they want to believe. At this point, if you're listening to CJ So Cool, you just as delusional and a dummy, just like he is. Like, seriously. If you're sitting up there listening to him. Because ain't no way. You literally sitting up here believing a narcissist like that. You can tell he's a narcissist. He can't stop talking. He keep picking on the family and they ain't even there. You were the one to put him out. You were the one to put them out. You got what you wanted. They didn't come back. They did what they had to do. A lot of things came out in that time, thank God. So she wouldn't go back to your butt. And you continue on making it a show after show. Like, he continues on talking about the SA situation. Dude, okay, keep playing. You're going to find yourself, in trouble. Keep talking about the SA situation. Go find yourself in some hot water. Because you already be bullying this family on the internet. They need to, have you to stop saying their name. Talking about any of them children. If you show up anywhere where they at or go wherever they go, knowing you ain't been there, they need to file charges on you. They really do. But I remember, I think he supposed to be went to the park where I think Leon skates at and Carnation skates at. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. I don't trust CJ. I don't trust CJ. I really don't trust him around the twins. I really be scared for the twins' life, or when they do go over there with CJ, because first of all, you got Kamara, and I really seriously think Kamara does not like those twins, um, because she's a product of her mom and her dad. You know what I'm saying? And you put that together, that's some messed up shit right there. That's some messed up shit. When you put her mom's brain and her dad's brain together, that's some messed up shit right there. And that's who she be around, allegedly. But yeah, enough about him. I don't, well, I'm going to say this. I don't feel sorry for him. A player is going to get played eventually in their life. You've been playing when people are true to you, and you play all over them when you're taking advantage of the love that they have for you, like you did Royalty. Guess what? It's going to come back on you 10 times harder, 100 times harder. Okay? So you're sitting on here talking about, what Lexi did. I would have did the same thing, because you continue. Ain't no way you going to bring me on your platform to talk about your other baby mama, the one you just put out with her kids. And and you did everybody like that. For them to come back and knowing that they're used, knowing that they're being used, and then you bring Lexi back to try to make yourself look good, like I'm getting cheated on. Dude, you probably is a booty call to her just like she is to you. You know, forget what you saying. You knew how Lexi was. You knew, you knew, you knew she did that type of stuff. So it's no surprise to nobody. And I can't stand when he come up there and act like he's so surprised. You're an idiot. That's what you are. And I would go back home. If I were Lexi, I would go back home and I would feel no hurt or no pain. You just pull that girl in to use her and to pull her back out. That's it. Just say you just wanted that one night stand, instead of sitting up there trying to say she cheated on you. You ain't got no business going through her phone. You ain't got no business. I would have been cheating on you the whole time, bro. Because you always throwing money up in everybody's face. And that's what people going to come after. And I don't blame them for coming after that with you, because that's all you throw up in their face. That's why you barely have any now. But the Royalty and her family, they going up. Just because they don't live their life with the expensive stuff. They could, but after dealing with you and seeing how you spend money on unnecessary stuff, you didn't even like buy houses. You ain't even invest in stuff for real. And at all, if you did, you took that investment back. After seeing you do all that, I would have been pleased to leave. First of all, I would have been pleased to leave that home that you couldn't even call your own. You were still paying rent there. It wasn't your home. you know. And first of all, those children were the ones in Royalty, were the ones that made sure you had that home to roof to put over their heads. They paid their way. I would have wanted to leave you too because you made bad decisions with the money. First of all, you said it was mines. Mines, everything was mines. You already messed up there when everybody is looking at you and seeing it's not just yours, it's all of y'all's. For realistic people, people that can think realistically, you can see that this family were the breadwinners. They were the ones that were making the money. And they were the ones that was going through it all behind the scenes. But yet, he still says, mine, mine, mine. And that's what got your ass in trouble. That's why you're not shining like you were shining when they was there. You're a terrible person. Um, you just got a dark soul. Yeah, you need therapy. You should have got that shit way back in Gary somewhere. Whatever house you was in with your grandmama, whatever. You should have been got therapy. You should have been healing before you came and put your turmoil out on somebody else's child and children. I don't think you're not the one that took care of those kids. They took care of themselves. And Royalty took care of her kids, regardless if you was there or not. Okay? So I would have been happy and pleased to leave with your bad decision making ass and not even investing in things. So I pray that Royalty invests, buy houses, um, buy her children houses, so that they'll be able to buy them houses all over the place. And she teach your children how to invest in things, just like she was trying to teach your ass. But you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to listen. Every house you did, you renting. You renting. Yeah, it was cool and nice seeing all that stuff, but it was not real. It was not real. Like, you making all this money and you really ain't buying shit. Renting cars, because you got good credit. I'm gonna rent a car. I'm gonna buy Jaleel this. I'm gonna buy. No. Mm-mm. You didn't buy anything. You rented everything and you was able to take it back. And if you bought those cars, then you sold them to somebody else. And that literally was those children cars, for real, because they made the money. They put in the time and the work and dealing with your shit. I don't want to be with a person. I never want to be with a person that has all that money to spend and don't even know how to invest it in something positive. I'm not just talking about cars. I'm talking about houses. You know, houses and stuff like that. But yeah, enough about C. Diddy. I want to talk about Chrisean and what I think about Chrisean. Yes, Chrisean is she's young, but these days I'm not you even when I was younger, we knew a lot more than we were supposed to know. So I'm not sitting up here finna say that Chrisean, she's young, she'll get it. Let me tell you something. Once that child came out of you, you supposed to set your butt down. I ain't saying your life has ended, but you supposed to set yourself down. You ain't supposed to sit up there and continue on talking about, let's go to this party. You act like an industry slave. You act like a person that goes everywhere in the industry just to mess things up. What do they call it? Industry plant. That's what she acts like. You know, now you're coming onto the Screamers platforms. Girl, what are you doing? You talk about people clipping you. That's what they do. Y'all, this is why I feel like she's a industry plant, because the Screamers have been going up, right? They have been going up. Um, the Screamers University, it's just like they want screaming to fail. And I asked these screamers to start allowing that girl onto y'all platform, because that's what she is. She's a girl that loves to fight all the time. I I have gave her chance after chance after chance to be like, oh, okay, she'll get it. But she keeps putting herself in position. It seems like she's an industry plant. And that's all allegedly. But if you pay attention to her moves and stuff, and then I heard her on a live talking about, when she went to another screamer's house, and Wendy, which is I think another screamer, she had kind of threatened Wendy, and they said that she kind of like did like a little skit saying that she was scared of Krishan. Okay, it probably be a lot of people scared of Krishan because all she do is fight and talk crap, and like nobody wants to be around that type of energy. Nobody wants to deal with nobody like Krishan on an everyday basis. Like but I can't be around that toxicity, what Krishan got going on. Like, no. If you're very toxic within, you have all these siblings and you're very toxic with all your siblings. You know what I'm saying? And you got some sisters, a lot of her sisters are taking up for her because they feel like she was the one that got everybody on, got Tasiki on. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Tasiki was talented way before Krishan. She has been talented. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she don't walk around here like a bully. She knows that she can fight, but she don't walk around here like a bully. She get along with people. She can go on scream and she can laugh. She can be in her feminine. Krishan, no, she can't. She can't do that. And then when the screamers don't want her on there because you're bringing screamers, it feels like she's trying to bring the screaming community down because they are making a lot of money. So I'm saying, like, you talking about collabs, you can sit right in your own place and do your screaming. Why do you have to go and collab with somebody? And it seems like every time she collab with somebody, it's always a problem. It's always a problem, and then it's already out there that allegedly she got um Karan unalived, which is her ex-boyfriend, that she has been not telling the truth about when she's seeing him. I don't know if Blueface has anything to do with it because I don't put nothing past nobody, whether they jail, prison, or whatever, out of town, wherever they may be. I still can't put because them people in jail or prison still is able to do things on the outside, just like they able to bring things on the inside that don't supposed to be on the inside. So I don't feel sorry for Krishan. She knows what she knows what she doing. She see her 15 minutes of fame are up, and I feel like she's trying to push and do whatever she can. And Blueface is not out like to help her like that and move in these different type of rooms like she was moving in. Like, everybody get, I don't care how what she needs to do is learn how to keep her emotions together because you can see it all over her face. She went to crying on the guy's live stream, and I felt nothing. I felt nothing. I felt like she is embarrassing. And when you have a family like she has, it's not embarrassing to them. They're not embarrassed. They play the victim. And I would sit up there because I would seriously have a talk with my sister. Cause see, they treat her still like a little girl, but she's a grown ass woman. And the industry is gonna treat you like that. The viewers are gonna treat you like that because the moves that you're making, you're acting like you grown, like you know what you're doing, and you have a child with you. I feel sorry for that child. I do. I feel sorry for that child. And she's talking about, everybody's talking about me, talking about my child. Girl, the stuff that you do. What you think nobody's supposed to say anything about you? You just supposed to be, oh, I'm Krishan. No, baby. You didn't even do right. you had that fame where everybody liked you, then you came back. And when you came back and you started talking to people like they were nothing, you already knew your time was gonna be up. Because y'all get up there and you feel like, okay, I'm making this money, I'm doing this. You ain't doing that shit alone because you got a whole bunch of supporters that believe in your dumb ass. And I don't believe in you anymore. I believe you're crashing out, um, that you don't know what to do. And when people are trying to help you, you take advantage of it. Bringing your child to interviews and things like that. You need to sit down somewhere because you should have a home with your nanny, able to take care of your child while you do your interviews, while you do whatever. Don't be asking the scream of people to take care of your child because that's not their responsibility. That's yours. I don't know what's going on with you and your child. I don't even know if you really supposed to have your child. But um you gotta make better plans today. You gotta she's another person that do need strong therapy. A lot of us need that. That's one thing about it. A lot of us need that. And um she's not the only one, but she continues on going on her live stream, and she's showing how much she needs it, and she need to sit her butt down. I feel like, what are you running from? Because you stay on the go with you and your child. You're talking about you had to get ready in the car, and you had to bring your crew. Who are you bringing? You're sitting up there talking about, I got the Bloods, I got the Crips, I got. What does that have to do with it, ma'am? You have a evil and dark soul. Like, no, no, and you wonder why the young lady was scared of you. You're you're so demonic. Like, stay away from people like Krishan. I'm telling you. I'm telling you that sis up there and say she changed her life. She gave her life to God. What God? What God? You may have done it at church, but what God do you really worship? A lot of these people, they speak in codes and they ain't even worship the same God that you're worshiping. Uh, I'm telling you, you gotta be careful when people they say I gave my life to God. What God, girl? Because you one thing about it seemed like you got more demonic out there. You said you gave your life to God. It seemed like you got more demonic, and being silent does not mean you gave your life to God, and not coming outside does not mean you gave your life to God. Because you were for a minute, for about what, about 2 months, 3 months, she was she was calm and she wasn't doing anything, and then next thing, when she had got out, then next thing you know, bam, she goes on to Zeus, have that meeting with her sister, and then pop out and say that Tasiki used to touch her and did whatever whatever to her when she was little. So we all know, if something was done to you and Tasika was little, who did it to Tasiki? Who did it to her? Because it seemed like a lot of that was going on. And yeah, it was. I heard Krishan say it wasn't her fault, but that was something you could have talked to her about behind the scenes. So why did you take it to Zeus and talk about it? Because you were really jealous of your own sister. Y'all relationship didn't even have to end. You could have really, really talked to your own sister about that. But you also got your sister jumped, so I don't know. She probably would have still been mad about it. But Krishan got Tasiki jumped. So I don't think she would have she wanted an apology, but just you got her jumped. Like I feel like looking at the secret, you don't look like she's gonna sit up there and lie. Chrisean is a big liar. For those who continue on following her and, and feeling sorry for her, you know, hey, I ain't got to. I ain't got to do nothing I don't want to do. And I don't, one thing about it, I do not believe Chrisean. You know, and allegedly, you know, like this situation with her ex-boyfriend getting unalive, that is very suspect. That is very suspect. And then the baby's health records coming out. All this stuff is very suspect. It's very suspect. I'm not understanding. I mean, because the health um it when they sent it out, I'm looking at that could be everything that's going on with that child. Is it real? I don't know, but I feel like the stuff they saying that is wrong with the child, it could be real because it's like, what are you running from? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, do you even supposed to have your baby? Because I'm not understanding why you keep being here, there. It's like you're on the run for something, you know. And then the money she supposed to pay the guy that worked with Tamar, um, for punching him. Why everything ends in fighting with her, and and you're gonna have to get what you deserve. I don't know if she got a warrant out, or because I know she has to pay that man money, and he wants his money. Um, but like I said, I don't feel sorry for her. You continue on doing wrong things. You got to suffer the consequences. And, you know, she just gonna have to get what's coming her way, because it's not cool. You continue on. You came on that live stream and the girl Wendy was there. And the girl Wendy did not want to be there anymore. And they chose Wendy over Krishan. Because every time Krishan comes onto a platform, it's always something. It's always some drama. We always you're talking about what she said, and you calling her enchilada. That is that's not cool. That's not cool. You know, you wanted to fight somebody because they say they're scared of you. It's ridiculous. You look at the little skinny girl and you be like, okay, at least she said that she was scared. You know, she made a skit, and I don't think Krishan is built for being a screamer because she can't even take any jokes. She's way too serious and too sensitive, and she be ready to fight at every defense of herself. She don't know how to handle herself. She still thinks she's being this rapper where she go around tearing up stuff, and she thinks she's on Zeus, tearing up stuff. You did not come to the screamers um to change. You're you're not doing that. You're not coming to them to for them to change. You're trying to find your way, and it keeps messing up. It's like somebody keep pulling you away from you because they don't want you. They don't want you to succeed no more. Your time is up. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if I'm wrong. Just let me know. But I'm seeing her time is up, and she is really trying to push forward with her fans to make sure that her time don't be up. She wants she wants everyone to think that she done this stuff herself when she really Blueface is the one that really is that has done that for her. You're talking about nobody wouldn't be have a platform if it wasn't for you. What about Blueface? Blue, you won't have a platform if it wasn't for Blueface. Where's that guy named Whack 100? All these people are whack for real. But I'm just speaking the truth. Like she wouldn't even have a a place. You will still be out there with playing your football. You know, you could have did something with that if you really wanted to, but I don't think you knew how to lead the way. You're not a leader. You know what I'm saying? You a follower. So, um, she won't, you know, you want to put other people down and then wonder why other people are putting you down. But your sister Tasika, she steady keep growing. She done brought up $1 million house and finna get ready to furnish that out. She still making collabs with people, and people can actually trust her. You know, yeah, she in this Clarissa Shields, which I think she need to stop because I don't think she can be Clarissa Shields. I think she need to Sika need to stop that right there though. I love me some Tasiki, but I love me some Clarissa too. And I think she need to stop trying to battle Clarissa. You know, she have left the situation alone, and then you bring it back up. You know, it seems like you clout chasing at that point. You know, let it be between her and um what is it, Muhammad Ali's daughter. Is that Muhammad Ali's daughter? I ain't seen her in so long, but she's still a beautiful woman. She's out. She still look the sharp. So that is gonna be a challenge for Clarissa because that lady